Now usually on the Bros I complain about how high the foot pegs are. Feels quite cramped. While that is true, yesterday I was riding around on the Mini Moto and by comparison this bike feels rather spacious. The open night at M4 Karting's every Friday night. Next Friday I should be at Welwyn Garden City riding a couple of BMWs with Lynn Motorrad. So looking forward to that, but it means I might not get back in time to get myself down to Chippenham. So I'm happy to be out on the Bros, and I'm also out testing my brand new camera. I've got me a GoPro Hero Max, the 360 camera. The camera I probably should have bought back in 2019 when instead I bought the Insta360 One X. I was an Insta360 fanboy when that One X was first released. I really wanted it, but basically the picture quality on this GoPro Max is, I think, slightly better than the One X. It's just that I was mostly taken by the software experience on the Insta360 cameras. They had a better phone app, and it turned out I basically rarely ever use the phone app at all. While even the Insta360 PC app is okay, I end up doing all my editing in DaVinci Resolve anyway, so I don't even use Insta360 software really. The other thing where the GoPro beats the Insta360 camera, or it should do, because this is the first time I've had a chance to test it, is in terms of continuous recording. And I like to record continuously. I don't like starting and stopping cameras because I'll end up forgetting, and it's harder to synchronize footage between different cameras if you're starting them and stopping them at different times. So I like to record all the way through, from beginning of a ride to the end of a ride if I can. The problem with the Insta is that every 30 minutes it has to stop one video recording and start the next one, and that is not seamless. On my old Insta360 camera, the One X, that took anywhere between about 7.1 and 7.6 seconds, which doesn't sound like much of a difference. But when you're trying to synchronize the cameras together and make sure the sound kind of works properly, it's an absolute pain in the backside to deal with. And it's still a problem on all their other recent cameras as well. By all accounts, this does not happen on the GoPro, which I'll be putting to the test today. Now when I say seamless, it will still create separate files, individual files. It's not just one big file for the whole ride. GoPro does something called chaptering, just in case the camera wets the bed at some point and corrupts a file. It doesn't corrupt the whole video recording for the whole journey. It'll just corrupt a small section. But as I understand it, there's no gaps between the chapters. It should just be continuous. Now there's another reason I'm glad I'm out on the Bros, because the Honda Bros is at a bit of a crossroads this season. The road tax is due on this bike at the end of this month, which is, I think, 4 days away. I think it's the 26th today. 4 or 5 days away. So end of March the tax runs out. The MOT I think is due on the 7th of April, something like that. And the insurance is due on the 14th of April. So everything's expiring. And the question I've got to ask myself is, do I renew everything for another year on this bike, or do I take it off the road and think more seriously about having another bike I can do a bit of green laning on, a bit of gentle off-road stuff, because that is something I really would quite like to do. But it'll require me buying a new or used kind of dual sport type bike. I've had it in my mind recently that the KTM Adventure 390 would make quite a good choice. But the more I look at the reliability problems I've heard about that bike, the more it puts me off, frankly. So another option is a Kawasaki Versys 300. Yeah, the Versys 300, small engine. I'm not sure if I get on with it really. I need to be able to travel to where I'm going to do the green laning. Would a 300 twin be a bit breathless for me? Possibly. I'm not a big fan of high revving engines when you're just travelling at kind of normal speeds. Yeah, the Versys will certainly be revving rather high. I think it's got a 12,000 RPM red line. Yeah, keep the Bros running for another year or mothball it. Would I have more fun on a dual sport, you know, adventure style little bike? I'd certainly miss the torque, the grunt of this bike, because yeah, the adventure style bike I'm gonna possibly end up getting will be something like a 300cc, a 350, a 400 tops, and it's not going to pull like this machine. They'll be a bit more thrashy. Mind you, if I want torque, I got the BMW. That's got a lot of torque. So something that could reliably be thrashed a little bit might be a little refreshing. Going? You're not going. Okay, I'm going.
Two very boring minutes later.
Ah, I know where I can go. More or less. Where I went before with the white horse. Can't remember where that area is exactly, but I know it's heading in this direction. I was thinking about stopping at a pub that's nearby, Greyhound, here in Siddington. Somewhere about 20 miles down the road is a white horse on a hillside. I just can't remember the name of the bloody place at the moment. Should have googled it, but I'm going to go there and see if I can launch my drone in that general direction. Can't quite remember where I need to head to get to the white horse. I think it's Malmesbury. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going the right way, but I do know I don't want to stay here. Now fortunately, because the battery's gone on my headset, I can't use the navigation. Lesson learnt there. If you use the old headset 3 or 4 times in a row, make sure you get it charged up. I think I've got to go right here. No, straight on, I think. If I manage to find this horse, I'll be amazed. It's all looking familiar somehow. Yeah, Rawton is where I need to be heading. It's kind of working out for me. This bit of road rings a bell. I think we're not far away. I see a horse. I see a horse. Yes, on the left. Don't know how I managed to get there, but I'm there. Like, you can actually walk down to the horse. I think there's people sitting there nearby, so I'll park the bike up and jog on down there, I think.
Nice.
I did the horse, in a manner of speaking. We even had pictures together. Now I should be able to find a more direct route home as well. Today, this bike's done all I've asked of it. So, you know, you should say then, you paid for it, it owes you nothing. Just keep it on the road. But the one thing it can't do is go off-road. There's the problem. That's what I'd like to explore. And in the great scheme of things, you know, 20 years time I'll be nearly 70. I might not want to ride, or might not be able to ride by then. So you could say time's running out to do the things you want to do. Doing a bit of off-road is certainly something I want to do. I suppose the other side of it is I could wait, and it might be that I end up replacing my BMW R1250R with the next generation of GS in a year's time or so. Then I will have a bike that could do gentle off-roading, but it's big and heavy, and there's the problem. I'll be riding by myself. Basically, if nothing in my life changes anytime soon, I like to ride alone. And if I drop a GS by myself in an awkward spot, then there's every chance I won't be getting it upright again without help. First world problems. Huh, can you see that on the right? What? Wow, that's a huge motorbike. Can't remember what it's there for. If you don't ask too much of this bike, it really rewards you. Well, rewards me. It's an emotional attachment I've got to this bike. If you're not making it vibrate too much, or trying to make it go fast through bends, then it feels very nice. Castle Combe. I'm thinking of Trackdays this year. I was thinking of Mallory Park. Mallory Park's actually quite far away from me, but Castle Combe isn't too far. No, it's not exactly a major circuit, but it'll have its challenges. So that's quite tempting. Let's get on it. This bike! Why do I need it to go faster? It really doesn't need it. Welcome to Gloucestershire! Yes sir! There you go, 360 camera might pick up a little bit of that on my left. That's what 360 camera's there for. I kind of wish I wasn't still 20 miles from home at this point, because it is not warm anymore. And I got no leggings under the jeans, and just a t-shirt under the jacket, and my summer gloves in March. What a hard guy. So since I'm nearly home, I better wrap up this ride, I guess, before the sun goes in and before that camera runs out and this camera runs out. So although I've been mostly lost today, I've had a really good ride. Really enjoyed my time on the little Honda. Just like in the next couple of days, I've got a lot of decisions to make. Do I tax it? Do I get it MOT then insured for the next year? Or do I put it away and pursue a new motorbike that lets me, you know, get onto dirt roads? I can't decide. I'm gonna sleep on it again. Right then, folks, I'll wrap it up while I've got the sun on my face, and I'll see you guys with a decision about the broth, I guess, in the near future. Take care, ta-da.